Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel Chapter 16.
Sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, I believe God was going off about how Israel is a prostitute and a whore, and there is cheating on them, and like, damn them, and they suck.
But really, it turns out that she's not the prostitute. She's paying prostitutes for sex.
Right, yeah.
Which actually makes her a customer.
Yeah.
Which would be fine if she was a man, but she's a woman, so that makes her a fucking lusty whore.
Obviously, in the Bible, it is correct to be misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to believe the Bible, you have to believe in misogyny, apparently.
Yes.
At least that's the way it seems thus far.
Yes.
So,
correct.
I whatever.
Yeah.
There might have been some redemption maybe at the end or something possibly
There's
for them.
There's almost always redemption.
Yeah, I think that you can almost say that without having to. You can just guess that, and it's going to be correct. Generally.
Most of the time.
Generally.
I mean, most of the time he's like, I fucking hate you. You guys suck. And then at the very last 2 verses, he's like, but I'll save a couple of you. Bye.
Yeah. So that was Ezekiel chapter 16. And before we get into the new episode today, I do have a quick announcement that I would like to make with regard to a shout out. It's not exactly a new patron, but it is someone who has upped their patronage.
What?
Yeah. So Jessica R. Upped their patronage by $5. And
Jessica, thank you.
I really want to say a big thank you because we are in a big push right now to try to get our level up to a higher level that's going to help us do some things that we want to get done with our podcast. And there's been a lot of response to it. And we definitely need a lot more, but some of it has been from our current patrons, and we really absolutely appreciate that so much.
You're the bee's knees, Jessica R. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. That being said, we just got done reading Ezekiel chapter 16, which means that today we're getting into
Ezekiel chapter 17.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are jumping into Ezekiel chapter 17.
Ezekiel chapter 17.
No, it's Easy K.
Also,
K.
did you know that that the number 17 is my favorite number?
I did know that. You know why?
Because you're married to me.
And we've been married for about that length of time.
Yes. And in fact, it's debatable whether it's 17 or 18 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those two. We on purpose don't know. Kind of. Just for the record. Anybody who's questioning that out there, because generally people know when they got married, but no, we got married twice, 2 years in a row.
No. That sounds gross. Here, what really?
Why does it sound gross?
Because it sounds like those people that like get married and then get divorced, but then they realize that they love each other, so then they go get remarried back.
Like that.
No, we got married a year before our ceremony, so that he could add me and the kids to his insurance.
Yeah,
and then. So a year after the legal thing, we actually held the ceremony with the dress and the...
Same weekend and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
So literally we just had our anniversary.
And we can never remember which exact day it is. So we're just like, it's Memorial Day weekend, whatever.
And it's 17 or 18
and
years
that works
now.
For us and we like it.
It's funner, actually.
Because we get a whole fucking weekend.
And a story to tell about it.
And we get to discuss every single year how many years we've been married, and it's one of the two.
And we never know.
We never know.
And then people are like, the fuck? And we're like, it's fun for us.
And if we like one of the numbers better, we're just like, well, yeah, let's go with that one this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It
sounds good.
It's fun. That's love, when you don't give a fuck.
That's right.
Yeah. I love you, babe.
Love you.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Ezekiel 17. Ready?
Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to get into some parables here.
Are we?
Right?
That sounds not cool.
FYI, this is going to be a riddle, and it's also called a mashal, which is a proverb and a parable, both.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
And it's considered an enigma, a dark,
Is
obscure...
it wrapped in a
no.
conundrum? And, no. Okay.
But it is a dark, obscure utterance.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it's about eagles. Ready?
Yeah.
We're going to read about fly like the eagle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. The word of the Lord came to me.
Again.
Son of man.
Yeah, mere worm. Yeah, no, you mere human.
Ya worm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ya son of a bitch. Set forth an allegory and tell it to the Israelites as a parable. Which one do you want? Kidding. Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. A great eagle with powerful wings, long feathers, and full plumage of varied colors came to Lebanon. Lebanon.
Sure.
Taking hold of the top of a cedar, he broke off its topmost shoot and carried it away to a land of merchants where he planted it in a city of traders.
Okay.
He took one of the seedlings of the land and put it in fertile soil. That eagle did.
Mm-hmm.
He planted it like a willow by abundant water, and it sprouted and became a low, spreading vine. Its branches turned toward him, but its roots remained under it. So it became a vine and produced branches and put out leafy boughs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop myself really quick and let you know that...
It's a symbolism for Israel and how they came to their land and then put roots down and grew the vines.
I'm not there yet, but yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know that the great eagle refers to Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I was thinking more like God because it's planting the seeds and the whole bit.
Not in this one. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
According to
I
notes,
guess whatever.
The king of Babylon.
I guess the eagle can be Nebuchadnezzar if they want it to be.
He's fly high like an eagle.
Who am I to judge who the eagle is?
But there was another great eagle with powerful wings and full plumage. The vine now sent out its roots toward him from the plot where it was planted and stretched out its branches to him for water. It had been planted in good soil by abundant water so that it would produce branches, bear fruit, and become a splendid vine.
Okay.
So God continues, say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Will it thrive? Will it not be uprooted and stripped of its fruit so that it withers?
Why would we uproot it and make it wither? How's that going to happen?
All its new growth will wither. It will not take a strong arm or many people to pull it up by the roots. It has been planted, but will it thrive? Will it not wither completely when the east wind strikes it? Wither away in the plot where it grew?
Oh, so this is more about bad planting practices, apparently?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the comparison to the Israelites, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the word of the Lord came to me, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say to this rebellious people, do you not know what these things mean? So now he's going to explain it. He's like, I just told you a parable. Now I'm going to break it down.
You could choose to just say it, like you could just say it straight up.
Okay, I'm going to...
And you could say it not through Ezekiel or,
I'm
Jeremiah
God.
Or whoever.
I'm God.
Yeah.
And you be you telling me a thing. Prum, stories and parables. Prum, putting on a show. Here I go. Everybody watch my movie. Prum.
Yeah, could you just not put on a show?
Shut up!
And
Fear me, bitch.
No.
Yes.
No.
Blood. I mean, does that about sum it up?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I just summed up the whole goddamn Old Testament.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Do you not know what these things mean? Say to them, the king of Babylon went to Jerusalem and carried off her king and her nobles, bringing them back with him to Babylon.
Right.
So
that did happen.
That eagle picked up the seedlings, right? And he brought them.
Sure. And
he planted them, but not real good.
Yeah.
Then he took a member of the royal family and made a treaty with him, putting him under oath. He also carried away the leading men of the land. That was the first wave of exiles.
Right.
So that the kingdom would be brought low, unable to rise again, surviving only by keeping his treaty. But the king rebelled against him, the king of the
The Israelites?
Israelites. Yeah, Zedekiah.
Right, yeah.
Not... Well, I'm just saying, like, it's suffering a little bit of pronoun abuse.
Yeah.
Where it's going he, and it's
well,
like,
I don't think the which king is necessarily important to the symbolism that they're trying to convey here. It's just that Israel got uprooted and then got uprooted again.
Okay, but when they're saying the king plucked some people, but the king rebelled, those are two different kings.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I read in my notes. Just, by the by, you might want to clarify this.
Sure.
So I'm clarifying it.
Okay. Right, yeah.
So the first king was Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, as the eagle.
Right.
And now the king rebelled against him by sending his envoys. That's King...
well, it wasn't King Zedekiah. King Zedekiah was the king of... Or was the leader of the Israelites. So it's whoever is in charge of...
Okay, but the king rebelled against him by sending his envoys to Egypt to get horses and a large army. Will he succeed?
No.
Will he who does such things escape? Will he break the treaty and yet escape?
No.
As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, he shall die in Babylon.
Do you know why I know this stuff?
Why?
Because they've already fucking covered it multiple times over.
Right. Yeah. He shall die in Babylon, in the land of the king who put him on the throne, whose oath he despised, and whose treaty he broke.
Yeah.
Pharaoh, with his mighty army and great horde, will be of no help to him in war, when ramps are built and siege works erected to destroy many lives.
Now, I feel like if he would have made it further, like if he would have made it beyond, like he never made it to Egypt. He made it just outside of Egypt.
That was when he was running away.
Right, yeah. But I feel like if he could have got to Egypt, they would have been helped. They would have helped him.
I don't know.
Probably.
I have a feeling Egypt knew what was happening and was like kind of watching from the sidelines going, I don't know.
They weren't going to go out of their way, but if he made it there, they're not going to let Babylon into their place. So
sure,
they're like, fuck off.
Right. That is true. But I don't think that they would have like fully stood up to Babylon.
No.
So...
I don't either.
I don't know if that would have been...
They were too evenly matched from what I've gathered anyway. They seemed like they were pretty evenly matched.
Right.
So.
Right. He despised the oath by breaking the covenant. I mean, you can break a promise without despising the promise.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
I mean, I don't think that just because you break a promise means that you despised the promise that you made.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Like, if I promise my kid I'm taking them to Kings Island and then it rains and I'm like, well, we're not going. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't despise the promise.
For those of you who don't live in Southern Ohio, Kings Island is a amusement park.
Sure. Roller coasters and such. Yes. Theme park. Sorry. I knew what I meant.
Yeah, no, I know. I just was clarifying.
Right. I'm just saying, like, just because you break a promise or a covenant or what the fuck ever, that doesn't automatically mean that you despise it.
Yeah.
So I just feel like that was like poor phrasing and like making something out of it that it wasn't.
Right.
He didn't break the fucking covenant because he despised it. That's not what happened.
Right.
Anyway, because he had given his hand in pledge and yet did all these things, he shall not fucking escape. Boom.
Okay.
Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. As surely as I live, I will repay him for despising my oath and breaking my covenant.
And he sure did.
It's just he's implying malice where I don't think a lot of malice exists.
Right.
Like I think it's like I don't give a fuckness.
Right.
Or I'm just trying to live-ness.
Yeah. And I also feel like this is just like the Bible tooting its own horn. Like, hey, this thing that happened, we knew it was going to happen. Oh, guess what? We also knew it was going to happen over here and over there and this other time and this other time. And hey, we called it again over here too.
And then we signed it to so many different dudes.
In triplicate.
Yeah.
And then
so like, that way we could claim like, look at all these dudes who called it ahead of time.
We prophesied so fucking hard, guys. Like, look at how hard we prophesied.
We prophesied hard.
It was amazing how much we prophesied this shit.
Right?
It's like, look at all the prophecies.
We were hard soothsayers.
Yeah, we were.
The the Lord,
Yeah.
will spread my net for him, and he will be caught in my snare.
Mm-hmm.
I will bring him to Babylon and execute judgment on him there, because he was unfaithful to me. All his choice troops will fall by the sword, and the survivors will be scattered, smothered, covered to the winds.
Yeah. Okay.
Like scrambled eggs at Waffle House.
Right.
Then you will know
that's
not
not
scrambled
correct.
eggs.
That's not scrambled eggs.
No, it's hash browns.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Right.
See, I always get my scrambled eggs and my hash browns together because I like them all mixed.
Okay.
Yum, 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 yum,
Right.
yum. Then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken. Okay?
Not because he's announced that he's speaking a million fucking times.
Or did something with which they can be like, damn, did you see what the Lord just did? Holy moly, what?
We can't even do that because he speaks through his fucking prophets.
Right.
So, like, it's never the Lord speaking.
Right.
But we're supposed to know because he prophesies real hard that the Lord spoke.
Ezekiel says it a lot, so we believe him.
Yeah.
Because when you repeat yourself, that makes you trustworthy.
But I'm like, as far as I know, Ezekiel never even saw this shit happen. He just would have heard about it from afar. So, like, it was never, like, how would you know that it was correct even? I guess, no, they did bring the king to Babylon, so he would have seen that happen, I guess, maybe. Or at least been near it.
He might have seen it, but Zedekiah didn't. Oh, sick bird. This is what the sovereign Lord says. I myself will take a shoot from the very top of a cedar and plant it. I will break off a tender sprig from its topmost shoots and plant it on a high and lofty mountain. On the mountain heights of Israel, I will plant it. I'll plant it and I'm going to plant
it in one of the high spaces? Why?
Because high spaces are fine when it's Yahweh.
Okay.
Or El, or whatever the fuck we're calling
I just feel like
him, them today.
We spend a lot of time railing against high places, that's all.
Yeah, but...
So I feel like this is not correct.
So basically what he's saying is, oh no, the high places are fine, but only when you fear the Lord, which is me. This Lord.
Right.
I.
Yeah.
Alpha, Omega guy.
Yeah.
Sky Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the mountain heights of Israel, I will plant it. It will produce branches and bear fruit and become a splendid cedar. Birds of every kind will nest in it. They will find shelter in the shade of its branches.
God plants the best vines. They're so grounded and rooted that it's unbelievable how well he plants those vines.
Nice tree. All the trees of the forest will know that I, the Lord, bring down the tall tree and make the low tree grow tall. I do good treeing. I'm the best treer.
Look at that tree being a good tree. I'm going to kill it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let that other tree grow because I like killing things. I like killing things. I'm
the Lord with my tinker toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dry up the green tree and make the dry tree flourish. I, the Lord, have spoken and I will do it. The end.
He sounds like Trump.
I'm awesome. I have all the big trees.
Believe me, I'm going to do it. It's going to be done.
And it's going to be the biggest tree you ever saw. You thought you saw a high mountain? I had millions of people on the promenade.
I knew all these things happened a million times over, and I knew them before they knew them because I knew them so much. I knew them.
No one has been prosecuted worse than me in all of history.
Yeah,
I'm the best and the worst. I'm the most and the least.
It's so like we've heard. Whatever.
Finish a thought.
I can't. There's too many thoughts rolling around in my fucking head. God's a dick. God is not real, and he is. They're saying that God knew all these things so many times that you can't possibly fucking believe it at this point.
Right.
Like
nothing you could in the first place.
What is it? You say doth protest too much, right?
Yes.
Like I mean,
methinks.
Yeah. It's there's too many. It's mentionitis, and they're mentioning these things so often that it's like, yeah, we get it. You fucking knew, I guess, but I don't really believe you because you're just making such a fucking big deal about it.
I have to say something.
What?
You used the word mentionitis, and that's like a word that I made up.
Yeah.
For when somebody keeps referring to something over and over and over again.
You made that up? Like no one else ever made the word mentionitis up?
No.
Really?
That's a meism.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And so just now when you said it, like, it made my heart skip a beat. I love you because you've adopted my language to the point that you didn't even know that it came from me.
Right. No,
I say mentionitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you got a crush on somebody and you keep mentioning their name fucking over and over and over and over and over again.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mentionitis.
I feel like... Okay.
No, it's me.
Okay,
I promise.
it's you. All right, okay.
If you think that you've heard it elsewhere, I would like to know that source.
Well, I don't have a source. I can't prove it, so I'm going to let you have this one.
Okay.
So... I mean, there you go. You get mentionitis.
I get mentionitis. I have mentionitis.
Right. I mean, it's better than other things you can get. So,
It's better than talking about fucking trees that you planted and uprooted.
For sure. All right. Well, that was Ezekiel chapter 17.
Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you something really important.
Yeah.
I think it's verse 9. Let me double check my notes.
Okay.
Because it's actually kind of cool.
Got it.
Yeah. The entire Hebrew alphabet appears in verse 9.
Oh.
Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any particular reason they did that? Or just...
I don't know. It's just
they really like the alphabet again. And they're like, here, let's throw it in here.
It's like somebody was like, oh my God, this sentence says that the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Right.
That's a sentence that uses every letter in the English alphabet.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. That's like a sentence that you employ if you're trying to see if a typewriter works real quick.
Oh, okay.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Okay.
Because it utilizes every single letter in the English alphabet.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's like they came across that in the Bible and they were like, every letter, oh my God.
Right.
Verse 9.
Yep.
There it is.
All right. That was Ezekiel chapter 17.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that we will be back tomorrow with...
Ezekiel chapter 18?
That is correct.
Awesome.
We'll see you guys then.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.